Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Gamer and we're returning to an extremely interesting battle between the US and the Japanese forces. So we are in battle here with our battleships and our carriers against a Japanese invasion force off the coast of the Philippines. They are going towards Manila, and we do see that they are bringing in a couple of transports over here and some other support ships, and they do have 4 heavy ships. So 3 battleships, a Hitsen class, Kisumai class, the Hatsui class, and the Tsubaka class battle cruiser down here. We, on the other hand, only have 2 battleships, and they are fairly heavily damaged. So that is what we are working with on this side. We also have 2 carriers, the very modern Langley and the not so modern Montana. So the Langley does carry 82 aircraft, the Montana only 30 or so. But yeah, both of these ships are over here. A little bit back. We have crossed the T. We have done some fairly damage towards especially the Hitsan class, which has taken a couple of torpedo hits from our aircraft and a lot of gun hits from our battleships. Yeah, and you can see 3 of its turrets are out of action, 2 temporary, 1 disabled completely. Also the Shiksen class, this is by the way, the Hitsen class is a fairly modern ship. It's 1923 design, so only 7 years old. Fairly good ship overall, so heavy AA factor, light AA guns, dual purpose guns, lots of, actually a very good ship, 36,000 tons. This one's slightly lighter, it does have very high caliber shells, it's fairly well armored, and it has been hit by a couple of our aircraft that are running out of Manila, so a couple of medium aircraft coming in here and doing some level bombing runs, and you can actually see that these were actually pretty devastating as well. So of its 4 turrets, 2 are out of action entirely, 1 is out of action temporarily, and only 1 gun turret is fighting. The Hatsui class over here has not been damaged yet, but it's also one of the weakest ships with only 8 12-inch guns, so that's not quite as important. And the Tsubaku class down here is also fairly modern. You can also see it does have a fairly sizable secondary battery, but it's also, well, it has 6 16-inch guns, so it is dangerous. It also has 30 aircraft. How can it have 30 aircraft? That seems weird. Nevertheless, it's an extremely big ship and an extremely fast ship, and we are over here. We've been suffering quite a bit of torpedo hits on the California, I believe, and yeah, on the California. Everything else, though, does seem to be more or less fine. Our main guns are scoring some hits. That's nice to see. We have a lot of guns left. Our hit chance is fairly okay. We can actually look at the details here. So the target aspect is doing a little bit against this. 2 ships firing, secondary battery interference. Okay, so a couple of things that aren't doing great. But all in all, our advanced directors do give some benefit to us, but we also have suffered some very heavy damage over here. Everything else seems to be fine though on this ship. Right, the Connecticut though I think is probably a little bit worse off. Specifically because I think you have some fires here. So you are on fire, which certainly isn't doing that well for structure damage, flotation damage. We are running into the wind over here, so that probably fans the flames a little bit. But yeah, there's not much that we can do. We must prevent them from getting to our carriers. And I think we can actually take another look at our strike craft. So, because I think one of our ships, or one of our air groups should be ready. So we have 10 torpedo bombers. They are ready, and we are going to pick a target for you. And that is, of course, going to be the 3 battleships. Why are they so different though? Down here? No, let's actually pick a location over here. I think that's going to be fine. I'm going to select these, and we are going to launch that strike immediately. Yeah, I think that's fine. All of the other ones though, you are currently unready. Where are you actually? You're also on the Langley, but you only a single aircraft. And on the Montana we have 8 unready torpedo bombers as well. So you, my friends, actually do need to also launch a strike. It's going to take a while for you to be ready, probably half an hour or so, but you know what, let's ready it, because I don't want you to fly towards this area probably over the next half hour. The battle is going to shift a little bit, and we might actually be suffering quite a lot of damage over here. So yeah, let's resume the battle. Let's see what's going to happen. We do have a couple of aircraft still in the area, so maybe they're going to score some more hits. We're trying to run the Carlsberg here parallel to the Hitzen in the hope of scoring some damage with our torpedoes on it. What's actually our torpedo range? It's fairly good. Still, you're running away, so that's probably a bit of the problem. You're running at 31 speeds. I'm wondering whether I should simply try to run all of our destroyers right into the midst of this battle over here. But let's see what's going to happen over here. Right, so Seagulls, level bombing, unidentified ship fires, yes, no hits, no bomb hits. That's unfortunate. Lots of hits over here. So Carlsberg is being hit twice. One of your turrets is destroyed. The rear one, that's not quite as bad. And there's a pass-through. You're suffering not too much damage, I think. And we are hitting the Hitzen class with the 16-inch gun. So this ship taking more damage. And I think you are damaged, probably. I think you have some issue with your rudder. But let's see about that. So, California seems to be actually firing for the first time at this battle cruiser, and it has scored a medium gun hit, so just an 8-inch gun hit, which is not doing that much, but still nice to see. No bomb hits from our air run, that's unfortunate. And yeah, we are trying to run the Carlsberg a little bit close for comfort over here, but maybe we are going to score some hits. Connecticut engine room hit, that's not good, but Shikumasa has been hit by a 16-inch gun, and it's now showing as heavy damage as well. So as the Hitzen class, both of these have heavy damage. I'm really not yet sure whether this is going to be a great victory for us or something much worse. So are you actually firing? Yeah, all of your turrets are still in action, so that's nice to see. And the engine room hit, medium hit, max speed 22. So you're still fine. But yeah, we've done some extremely heavy damage to two of their ships. Our ships are arguably, though, suffering some medium damage at the very least as well. How are your torpedoes looking? Your torpedoes are fine. Do we have any restriction on the group over here? 12 torpedoes? No. You are actually okay. And your target should be the battleship class, I believe. Also note that there is a carrier down here, although we really don't know what it is. So yeah, please do score some torpedo hits. Maybe we're gonna run you a little bit more like that. Carlsberg engine room hit. That's bad. Destroyer, the Shikuwasi class. Shikukasi? Where are you? Don't quite see that. Must be somewhere in here. Oh yeah, over here. Light damage. No, that's not. And our Steward is hit on the secondary battery. Interesting. You are still shooting at these guys. That's okay. And yeah, you really should be starting to launch your torpedoes. We've got the Shikumazi, you're heavy damage, you are heavy damage. You're only 5 knots. That's relatively reliable hits, I think. Let's run straight through all of this. Oh yeah, we're actually shooting some torpedoes over here. That's nice to see. Connecticut, superstructure hit. Ooh, not good. Not good at all. That's a very bad hit. Superstructure hit. Belt extended, penetrates, and penetrates the upper deck. There's also some splinters. Not good. Carlsberg receiving a critical hit. 2 adjacent turrets are damaged. So I mean, that's what we get from just running through here. But it's a rear turret, and I think one of them was hit anyway. We're also shooting a little bit on, I think this destroyer still, and on the battle cruiser, just with very small guns though. So yeah, let's actually try to run that way. Yeah, these torpedoes are going nowhere. Carlsberg is being hammered over here, without much surprise. I'd really like you to score another hit with your torpedo mounts. Port sides are depleted though, Starboard side isn't though, so you could theoretically fire on this guy. Why are you not doing this? Ooh, there we go. Its sand class is hit by a torpedo, so at a very close range you put another torpedo in this guy, and that, my friends, I think is extremely lovely. So actually you've recovered a lot of your turrets, I think. Yeah, you were only down to one turret at some point in this battle. This battle cruiser is coming in at very high speed. These two guys, medium damage, heavy damage. So you've actually recovered a little bit of your strength. Okay, you are alright though for the moment, but I think what we want to do here is simply try to drive into these transport ships with our light cruiser over here. You guys are still doing fine. How are our air groups looking? You're spotting and then you'll be flying, and that's very nice. And you're readying. Okay, that's okay. And I think that's the timing that you'll probably still need. Striking below? Okay, so, yeah, okay. This doesn't really make any sense for an airbase, but it should be okay. Right. So this is a bit of an issue, because now we are facing these three relatively strong ships. And this ship here isn't really... Well, it's falling behind a little bit, but I think what we probably want to do is come a little bit closer towards this direction so that this guy cannot train all of its guns on us, because these are the biggest guns that the enemy does have. So yeah, if we're coming a little bit more like this, we should be alright. Battlecruiser not even suffering medium damage here. Heavy damage on this guy, but he's accelerating again, surprisingly, even though he just took a torpedo hit. This guy has been hit twice now, medium damage. Yeah, this is supposed to be a carrier. Carlsbad is being hit again, Yakazi class destroyer is hit. Battlecruiser has been hit by a 16-inch hit gun, that's very nice to see. And Connecticut is also dealing some more medium gun damage on this guy. Haven't really taken out a turret yet though. Okay, Carlsbad, you need to come a little bit over here. Carlsbad being near miss, Connecticut being hit twice though with medium and heavy guns respectively. Carlsbad engine room hit, that's the worst. 16-inch hit on the battle cruiser though. Yeah. Do we want to focus fire on the battle cruiser then? Well, we can't really. Okay, aircraft. You're spotting. 10 minutes you'll be flying, and then it's going to take you a couple of minutes to come over here. I think we'll be alright. Yeah, damage is very high though. Going on 50%. This could be going anywhere now. Ooh, lots of things happening. Carlsbad, Carlsbad, Carlsbad. Does Carlsbad have any turrets left? Yes, it has one turret left. Do you have any torpedoes left? Yes, you have 5 torpedoes left. Well, if we can get into here, I think we will be fine. Oh, I think I just ordered you to be very, very weird. Look at that, we're also sending up some torpedoes over here. They might also be sending in torpedoes, is a problem though. And if we are being hit by torpedoes, we are going to be toast. That's not good. Okay, what else? Connecticut engine room hits. 2 engine room hits by the battle cruiser. Excuse me. Californian miss. The battle cruiser is starting to be a problem over here. It's suffering light damage, but light damage is not really telling as much. Connecticut. Max speed 11 knots. Ooh my, oh my. We might need to get out of here. You are withdrawing, aren't you? Yeah, you are. We've got a couple of air patrols. Haven't got any torpedo bombers. Engine room hits are really bad. Secondary battery hit, Carlsbad hit, battlecruiser hit though. Yeah, the battlecruiser is starting to take some damage here, and it has light damage. The send down here is down to a single turret that's engaging us, so that's nice to see. You don't have any guns in the rear, so that's also good. So we're effectively only battling this battleship and this battlecruiser. I mean, I say only, but it's still pretty bad. Another hit on the Connecticut. The Connecticut is being mauled over here. Well, the flooding isn't too bad though. I think we are seeing some extreme damage from the secondary guns as well. Yeah, even the light guns are doing some damage. Medium guns. On the other hand, we are hitting them as well. Light damage though only. Huh. Okay, you know what? What we need to do, I think, is we're going to take this destroyer squadron. We're going to tell it to not be AI controlled. We're going to tell it to be independent. We're going to be telling it to go on a line ahead course on the maximum speed that you can, and you're going to drive right into this. So trying to do some torpedo runs over here. Do we have torpedoes? Yeah, we have 12 torpedoes on these guys. Transport hit, nice. Carlsbad hit, Carlsbad hit, Carlsbad. Carlsbad is toast. It was a very brave ship. I do very much appreciate that you got down here. You still have a lot of torpedoes, and these transports would be extremely good targets for that. Principally on the starboard side, so you actually need to come down here so that you can launch potentially at least against them. You could also launch against a couple of these guys here still, I believe. Yeah. That'd be really nice. Carlsbad is hit by a dot torpedo. That's good. Okay. Their battleship is hit by an 8-inch gun. Come on, just launch against these guys. Transport. Yeah, there we go. No hits here. Connecticut hit again on the belt armor, so it's not quite as bad. But yeah, you're starting to suffer dramatically even. But I mean, they seem to be withdrawing as well. This guy is turning his rear towards us. These guys are. And at the very least, I mean, I think they are actually intercepting the Carlsbad. And the Carlsbad has launched some torpedoes here. So if some of them were to hit, which of course they aren't, and we are being hit on the Connecticut, god damn it. There we go, that's a good hit. Your Kazi class, I don't care about that. Certainly nice, but not critical. Any torpedoes left? Some on your port side. Okay, let's actually try to hit the carrier squadron here then, on your port side. Ooh, Shikimasa hit by a torpedo. Not sure where that came from. But certainly extremely good news. Right, so the battlecruiser, light damage. The Heat C-Class, that's the most modern one. Heavy damage, but still all turrets in action. This guy, heavy damage. How are we looking in terms of, you will be flying in a minute, I believe. Is that about correct? No. Taking off flying, 4 minutes. I don't really get this. Right, your Kazi class. It's not much of stuff happening. How are you guys? Still 12 torpedoes. How are you guys? 68% damage. But if we can fight off this invasion, I think I'm going to be extremely happy. Enemy aircraft are approaching Destroyer Squadron 4. Destroyer Squadron 4 is probably you. So where are these enemy aircraft? There we go, 8 torpedo bombers. If they hit the Connecticut and California, we'll be toast. So let's ask you to turn together and actually try to run away over here. Cleveland, you are supporting. Can you actually screen the battleship division? I think that would be okay. And you know what? You are also going to ask, we're going to ask you to be screening force for the battleships. This is a problem. This is a big problem. We do have some carrier air patrols. Not too many though. Carlsbad, you are an extremely brave ship. I have to applaud you. Where's the carrier? So probably misidentification, right? And you actually launched a torpedo here. That's extremely lovely. Okay, let's try to turn you around south. Let's try to run away a little bit over here. Get some distance between us. Carlsbad is being hit. Yeah, these guys seem to be passing by us. No, you're actually going for the torpedo, for the destroyers. Which is an interesting choice. So, do we want to launch against these battleships or against the transports? I think the transport would be extremely high value target, but obviously so would the other ones be. I cannot in any way tell you to do carrier air patrol against some other guys though, can I? No. Taking offline. Just one more minute. Hopefully. This is tense. I'm actually physically sweating. Right, okay, let's get the destroyers in here. Return. Carlsbad. Kazi class, Carlsbad. Carlsbad torpedo tube explodes. 3 enemy ships, torpedo bombers attack the Connecticut. This is going to be very, very bad. We're gonna lose the Connecticut. Oh, 78% damage. Ugh. Carlsbad hit. And this is not the end of the attack yet. This might be a very, very bad battle for us. Oh my. Okay, you have suffered light damage. You've suffered heavy damage. You've suffered heavy damage. Isn't there another ship? Where's their third battleship? Okay, so they're all here. Very, very clustered. Light, heavy, heavy. I would really like to... I mean, we have to try and destroy their battleships, don't we? And we are in torpedo range already. Okay, let's ask you to actually target these battleships. Carlsbad is hit by a torpedo. That's not bad. Air combat, 2 friendly carrier patrols are attacking some of their guys. Connecticut is avoiding torpedoes. I really think... And the battlecruiser has come around, has swung around over here, and it's probably trying to attack, what, our battleships? Yeah. So they are firmly attacking us over here, so we definitely have to make a run against them. Actually, look at these guys, they don't have any turret left. Yeah, but the hit 10 class. I think the hit 10 class is it. Okay, let's try this. Launch some torpedoes, please. Carlsbad. No one else, though. I'm be happy about this. Okay, let's try to run across here. Hopefully that might be doing some good. Okay. You're doing fine so far. I wonder if we can get the Connecticut to be the... And your ammo is still pretty fantastic, actually. Right. So let's actually try to cross away over here. Get between their battleships and their transport. Or get the transports between our 2 battle lines. Kazi hit. These destroyers have launched some torpedoes against these transport. Which is okay. Oh, you don't... Yeah. Complete... All torpedoes? Not a single one against the battle cruisers. That's unfortunate. Okay, let's try to get you back then. There's no point in ruining you. Squadron max speed, go over here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this destroyer, going to ask it not to be AI controlled, and you can actually come over here. Squadron max speed, yes. So you try your luck as well. Okay, so there are a couple of torpedoes going this way, a couple of torpedoes going this way, so that's okay. Connecticut hit, that's not so good. Carlsbad is hit, Carlsbad is sinking, that's no surprise, but it's nice to hit their transport ship. Are we getting any air support? Flying. Yes, flying is good. I very, very much like flying. Can we do more airstrikes? So, torpedo bombers 8, you are ready. On the Montana. Let's actually ask you to launch a strike. And we've got a couple of unready torpedo bombers. You, gentlemen, I would actually like you to... Yeah, you're trying to fly right away. It's probably going to take a while till you're being readied. That should be okay. All of the other guys are taking a little bit of time. And you know what? You actually... We're going to ask you to do an escort mission. Yes, I think I like that. The location for that is going to be here. And that should only ready because I want to have the torpedo bombers launched first. Good. Okay. How do we look over here? You guys have broken formation a little bit. Can we go line ahead, please? That should be okay. And then we're going to turn together. I'm going to go slightly this way. And you should fall back into formation now. At least we are firing again. Not sure what we're firing on these transport ships. Heavy damage. That's not really what I wanted to target. I'd really like you to target the battleship squadron. Right. This is tense. A couple of more. That would have been really nice hit there. Heavy damage. Light. Only one of these battleships sank. Where are you coming? Oh, you're coming into battle. That's nice. California engine room hit. California pass-through hit. Pass-through hit. That's... I think we really have to think about our armor. It's not quite enough, I have to say. But we are scoring hits on the battlecruiser again. How are our hit chances here? 5.6%. It's not too bad actually. Yeah, but we only have 8 guns. Let's see what these torpedo bombers are going to do. You are completely out of torpedoes and coming back, so that's okay. You still have torpedoes and you're coming in. Let's bring you over here towards closer to the battleships because I don't want to launch you against the transports. 10 torpedo bombers are trying to find their mark over here. Probably going to attack the transport ships. Not sure that's the best idea that we can do. Can I actually ask you to target the battle cruiser squadron? I cannot for some reason. Well. How are you doing, guys? Trying to strike this guy, who's now suffered medium damage. Okay, let's bring these guys a little bit back towards over there. Can you now target the battlecruiser squadron? God damn it. You know what? Let's take the Cleveland here as well. Let's get it out of AI control. And let's take it at max speed towards these battleships. Carlsbad. Carlsbad? Well, Carlsbad is sinking, so that doesn't really matter. No hits from our aircraft, but a 16-inch hit on the battlecruiser. Still no damage on the turrets, but they are turning, so they only have one turret in action right now. How about our guys? Yeah, we are firing. Should potentially turn a little bit. Hit St. Claus is hit by a torpedo. Good stuff. I mean, that's the one that had already suffered some heavy damage. How many torpedo hits can it take, I wonder? Connecticut is also hit. Poor Connecticut. You're also suffering from some flotation damage.